There is a result out now. I looked at it, I literally, I got into ILS.
We have students who have cracked into the most prestigious colleges.
My name is Anika Nayampally.
This is Jeet Gundecha.
This is Priya Thakkar, Moina Kothari, Disha Tikoni, Vishnupriya Ramachandran.
What about GK? Such a big pain point for all law aspirants, for all entrance exams.
I just gave up on GK. Anything related to GK was a weakness.
Any strategy that you applied when you were solving mocks?
I would say don't take your time for granted and don't take CET for granted because people think it's very easy. That's not the case because if it's easy for you, it's easy for everyone, right?
Hello everyone, this is your host Vaibhavi, and today on the Get Sit Law channel we have some very interesting guests. We have students who have cracked into the most prestigious colleges. One is GLC and other is ILS. We are going to have some certain very candid conversations around how they prepared for MHCET, what were their feelings and much more. So stay tuned. I'm sure you will walk away with some interesting tips to crack MHCET and also the motivation to pursue your dream law career. So, starting with you, Vishnupriya, what was your first reaction when you got to know that you got into ILS? And what was your parents' reaction?
This is a nice story. I actually got into ILS in round 2. So my round 1, I got into UMLA. And when I looked at my result, at my allotment, I was disappointed because I thought I would get into a better college than UMLA. So I put in for betterment for round 2. Round 2, it was a surprise. It came on August 13. And may I reenact what happened in round 2?
Yeah, sure.
So I opened my laptop. I was watching YouTube video on my laptop. And suddenly somebody messaged me ki ye aa gaya hai. There is a result out now. I looked at it, I literally, and then my dad walked in right at that moment and he was like, what's happening? Why are you so happy? And I was seeing you like this. I got into ILS. I got into ILS, a really good college, and I was really happy. And then they made a lot of calls. My mom and dad, they made calls to everybody. My daughter got into ILS. Chalo party karte hai.
I'm sure it was a joyous moment. What about you?
So mine is an interesting one. I was randomly doom scrolling. I was looking at my phone and my friend called me and she was like, results are out, like merit list is out. So I was randomly opening round 1 mein, and I saw that I got into ILS. I was so happy because I wanted to get into ILS or GLC, either one. I was very happy. I was screaming and all. I told my mom that I got into ILS. I called everybody from my family group. I called everybody and I was like, I'm going to Pune now. I'm moving out. So yeah, I was like, we all were very happy. We went out for dinner.
Oh, great. What about you?
When I got GLC, like in the first round, so I was on my way to my yoga class and my mom was with me. So the whole way there, I was checking my phone, ki abhi aayega, but it was not coming. And then when I opened it, when it came, I opened it and it was like buffering a lot. So I told my brother, ki please check. And then when my class started, my brother called me, you got into GLC. And then I told my mom, she was besides me. I told my mom, and she just walked over to me and kissed my cheek in
so
front of the
cute.
whole class. Like the class was going on.
So cute. What about you?
For me, it was very normal. So I was the first one in my friend group to find out that the results were out. So I texted everyone. I just threw my phone on the bed and I ran out to the living room. I opened my laptop, and so I live with my parents and my grandma, and everyone was gathered around me, and I opened it. It took some time to load because so many people were checking. And then I saw GLC, but then I saw self-finance next to it. So I know I should have been proud, but I felt a little disappointed because I wanted to get aided and I got unaided. And my parents were just going like insane with happiness. They were calling people, they were congratulating me. And then, yeah, that's what.
Okay. What about you, Jeet?
Yeah, so when I got into ILS, I was obviously really happy, but my parents weren't because they thought that if I could get GLC, I would stay at home and like they obviously preferred me staying here, right? So I was looking forward for the campus life, but they weren't really excited.
I'm sure you were very happy to get out of the house.
Yeah, I was happy. They were.
For me, I was with my mom at home. We opened the website and it was buffering. So we called my dad who was in his office. He was the first one to say that I got into GLC. He was calling. Then I was happy and I told my mom, and then I shed a few tears ki finally after all this I got into one of the good colleges. And my mom then made all of my favorites for dinner, and then we called everyone ki I'm going to stay in Mumbai only with everyone, and that I've gotten into a good college.
What was your parents' first reaction? Like, what was the one thing that you will remember that, you know, parents said this when you like got the news that you got into GLC or you got into the ILS?
So I think when my father first called me that I got into GLC, they were both very proud of me, and they were so happy that first I was going to stay in a hostel, and now that I'm staying with them, it was a even more better moment that 5 years when I would have gone out, I was at home. So they were happy for me.
Okay. Moving on to the next question, what I want to understand is, what is the one thing that you are looking forward to in your law school or your law school journey? What's the one thing? We'll start with you only.
One of the things that I'm looking forward to in my law school journey, along with studies, is making new friends and enjoying every moment that GLC has offered to me or is going to offer to me.
Okay. Jeet?
Yeah, so what I'm looking forward is obviously the campus life and making a good network of friends and like being independent, like living in a flat or a hostel, whatever. It is very new experience for me. So I think it will teach me a lot of things, and I'm looking forward to that.
What about you, Vishnupriya?
I am looking forward to make a lot of friends and trying new experiences which I have not done till 12th grade. I want to get out of my comfort zone and do everything there is to do the 5 years.
What about you?
So I'm looking forward for extracurriculars. Basically, I like to do debates, MUNs, moot courts and all. So I am really looking forward that I'll be doing all of this. And I'm looking forward to build a huge, good network, because getting into ILS is a good thing. And I'm sure all of us are really smart and we'll make it 5 years.
Yes, of course.
I'm obviously looking forward to the experiences because like GLC has so many committees, and one of them is like moot courts and everything. So I cannot wait to experience that feeling that a lawyer has, the actual feeling.
I know for a fact that friends, especially connections and friendships that you make in law colleges, because I was studying in law college, you will not get those experiences anywhere, because I don't think any colleges has 5 years of you spending day and night with those same people. Like for graduations or any other courses, it's just 3 years or 4 years. But 5 years of law college, I can guarantee you'll make some of the most amazing friends that will last you a lifetime, and some connections that will be useful to you all your life. So moving forward, I want to understand if there was any pressure from your parents or peer pressure or pressure you have self-inflicted on yourself to get into GLC or ILS or other law colleges. We'll start with you, Vishnupriya. No pressure? No, none at all?
I'm very impulsive, was like, I have to do it. If I don't do it, it's fine, go to something else.
Okay. What about you?
I don't think my parents put pressure on me, but I do. Like, I want to get into this, then I'm like very dedicated and I really take it onto myself that I have to do it. And then it's very stressful, to be honest. You don't need to itna pressurize because it's one life. Like, let it go. But I do.
My parents were very chill. So they were like, nahi mila, theek hai, dusra dekh lenge. So I did put a lot of pressure on myself, but it was good pressure, not like too much also. So yeah, that
I
helped.
think sometimes pressure is what drives you.
It helps.
Yeah, it helps you sometimes. Not too much. What about you, Manya?
So for me, I think my parents were very confident that I'll get in. I feel like they overestimate me sometimes, but I'm thankful for that because they've been very supportive. But I feel like because of that, I felt like this pressure to live up to the expectations because once you've told people outside of your family that, oh, you know, she scored this much. This was after I got my score.
Yeah.
So I was still having doubts, but they were pretty sure of it. So I just had sort of that pressure on myself to perform up to their expectations.
Oh, after the result, after the percentiles were out, that's when you started taking pressure?
Yeah,
Not
but
while preparing?
I was not very confident that I can.
Okay, what about you, G?
I mean, after CLAT didn't go as well, as well as I planned it would. I put it on myself that it is necessary for me to perform well in MHCET. So I guess that was the motivating factor
Okay,
for
that
me.
helped you.
Yeah.
My parents are very confident in me that I'll get into a good college, but I wanted to make them proud, so I took pressure upon myself. But it was a good kind of pressure, and whenever my parents felt that maybe I'm overworking myself and not taking enough rest, they were the first people to come and tell me that maybe I should relax and everything will go fine.
Oh, that's very good. That's so sweet. I think most of the times when we are preparing for entrance exams or competitive exams, it's the self pressure that we take. But I think sometimes for some people it's very motivating and driving. For some people it's little stressful. I think most of you guys have you know, directed this pressure into a very positive way. So one question all law aspirants have is how did you balance your MHCT prep and your 12th boards? Because I think they are very close to one another. How did you manage to do that? What's that one tip that you would like to give?
For me, I started with my MHCT preparation after my 12th board ended. It was exactly 1 month before the MHCT exam. I remember this very clearly. I was very stressed. How will I complete everything in 1 month? Just studied like 4-5 hours in one single day. Then very, very bad study schedule it was for 1 month. But I managed it. And at the end, it was like, okay, now I'm done. There's nothing I can do anymore.
Oh, that's very surprising. I am shocked that you managed to do it in 1 month. Great. What about you?
One
Okay.
thing that helped me was like a daily checklist. Like I have to finish this today and this much time I'll take to, finish this. And I used to do section wise mocks every day. So that helped me.
Oh, great. What about you?
I only did mocks because after going through everything with CLAT and then not getting like a good rank, I was just devastated. I'm like, I was only going to do mocks. I did only mocks for like a week straight. That's all it. My 12th suffered a little bit, I would say, because I was so into the entrance exams that I sort of neglected my 12th. But
What about you?
I started my MHCET preparations after my boards, but most of the GK and everything that I had prepared for CLAT was useful in CET. And whenever I would get stuck, my mom would help me. She would take up GK quizzes for me. Or whenever I was stuck in legal, she would help me. I would give her the book. She would ask me questions. And in the end, I gave as many mocks as I could so that I could prepare and help with time management.
The preparation for CLAT, the legal and logical, that helped for CET as well. Like the topics were already covered.
Yeah, I think only practice, once you have given CLAT, I think only practice is what makes, what will be helpful if you are preparing for MHCET. Okay. What about you, G?
So in October and November, I was just studying for CLAT. I did not do anything for the boards, right? So after the CLAT happened, I was only studying for boards. I gave it my all. And after boards, there was only 1 month, I think, I think it was only April. So all of April, I was just studying for CET. I did not do anything else. And yeah, so my CLAT preparation really helped me. And yeah, that's how I managed.
What about GK? How did you guys manage to, revise all this GK? That's such a big pain point for all law aspirants, for all entrance exams. What about GK? Come on.
So current GK, we only had to revise, and like 2-3 months we have to do it again. So the CLAT notes helped a lot, and static GK we had to do it all again. So that was hard.
Okay, what about you?
I sort of just gave up on GK, to be honest, because I tried so much during CLAT. I just searched through videos, I read newspapers, I read the magazines provided to us, and I just could not retain it. So I was like, okay, how much ever I know, utna theek hai. Uske baad, I just give up.
What about you, GK?
Same
Was it-
experience as her. It was absolutely horrible. My biggest enemy was GK.
not maths or quants?
No, I love maths.
Oh,
I don't like GK. I did static GK with that general awareness book, but current affairs, so I gave up long time ago.
Okay, what about
So
you?
I had actually focused on CLAT, but it did not happen. I got very bad rank. So after that, I was like, bus, I don't want to do CET May mein, to tab ka we'll decide tab. So from December to May, I had a lot of backlogs of GK. So I had to do everything in a month. And I did it. Like, I had to do.
What about you?
I gave up on current GK. For static, I read the general awareness book given by MS, so that helped.
Okay, I think MHCT is mostly static GK focused. So that's, I think, what's helped all of you. Okay. So, Disha, how many mocks did you attempt and how did it help you in your preparation?
For CET, I solved the mock daily, and it helped because all the mocks are different type of questions, so it prepared me better. Like if I had solved once a week or something like that, so I couldn't have solved as many as I did for CET.
Okay. Any strategy that you applied when you were solving mocks?
I did maths first.
Oh, is it a pain subject for you also?
No, it's in. I like maths,
Oh,
so that
think
it
we
gave
have-
me confidence.
I think we have a very different set of students today who like maths.
It gave me confidence that yeah, I can do this.
Okay. What about you? Jeet, you prepared mocks or no?
I did. I solved around 20 for MSCD. And so something I did for the mocks was I solved it like around the time the MSCD was gonna happen, like suppose 5 to 7. So I would solve the mock from 5 to 7 every day at home, so that I don't like sleep or something. Like my brain is awake, right? So that's one strategy I did, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I think mocks do play an important role when you're preparing for entrance exams. I think they give you like a fair idea of what the paper used to be. What about you, Anika?
For me, I would alternate between the official CET mocks and the mocks given by IMS, so that I would have a fairly good idea of how the questions are supposed to come and what difficulty level the paper would be of. And compared to the IMS mocks, the official CET paper was much easier, which made it easier to score.
Okay, great. So, Vishnupriya, we'll start with you. What was the one weak point or a weak area that you thought, like, this is my weakness while you were preparing for MHCT?
It was GK. It was static, current, anything related to GK was a weakness. And that was the one thing, the last 2 weeks of MHCT preparation, that was the only thing I focused on. I left legal, I left maths, logic, everything, just GK for 2 weeks.
And what about you, Pia?
So I have this problem that while I'm reading, I get distracted. So I I always lose the whole plot. Ke kya tha paragraph mein. So that is the main issue, to complete the paper within the time period. Cons I love. So that is not the issue. GK also I was quite prepared. But obviously you always, there's a lot in GK to cover. The only issue was to read fast and to grasp it. So yeah, I was
Paper solving.
paper solving, yeah.
So, what about you?
For me, legal GK. So we were told that they could ask any case or any article like that. So I was pretty scared for that. But then I studied and they did not ask that many questions related to that.
I think this year's MHCT paper was legal GK was very less. The part for legal GK was very less. What about you?
My brain just cannot retain it after a point, and then it just gets repetitive and boring. So
I think just remembering GK while you are studying and the amount of GK that you are expected to study is very daunting. What about you, Jeet?
Yeah, so for me it was maths. Okay, so I could not score more
I
than
can relate to you.
Yeah,
Finally.
yeah. So I could not score more than 2. I don't know why, but the mocks, the maths level was very tough. And in CET, obviously, it was very basic maths, right? So I could score all of them in CET, but mocks, it was a problem for me. Yeah.
What about you, Anika?
For me, it was GK and quants. I used to make it a point to solve quants for half an hour every day. And GK, I used to read the newspaper and study the monthly magazines. I didn't dive into static GK that much. Lot of the some of the curriculum was aligned with some my boards also. So the policies and all I would study from my board textbooks to get an overview of it. Otherwise, I would not go delve into those subjects a lot.
What I want to understand is now that you have cracked ILS or GLC and got into your dream college, looking back, what do you think is the one thing that you did differently, or you think that, oh, I did this, that's why I'm here today? What's that one thing? We'll start with you, Vishnupriya.
it was in the exam prep. After CLAT, I realized that I work better with deadlines. So I put a lot of deadlines in my MHCT preparations, like just do this by the end of week. And I was pleasantly surprised that I did it 3 days before my deadline. So I think that helped me a lot.
Okay. Just putting a structure into your preparation, I think, helped you. What about you?
So mainly mocks, because IMS mocks are comparatively like thoda sa harder than the actual paper. So I was quite prepared ke ho jayega. And when I was giving the actual exam, I felt ki bahut easy hai compared to the mocks and the level of preparation I had done. So yeah, like while giving exam, I was like, ho gaya. And 1 hour before the deadline, I was completed and I was checking again and again ki kuch change karu kya.
What about you, Disha?
Like I said before, I had a daily checklist. Ki I have to finish this. And like you said, during the CET exam, I was like, is this actually easy or मैं कुछ गलत कर रही हूँ ऐसे? So yeah.
Okay. What about you?
So I tend to get like very competitive. So I'm not going to name the person, but there was someone at my center who consistently talked, and I made it a personal goal to try to beat him like all the time, which I think pushed me harder to study more. And
So, now that you guys are into GLC, ILS, you will soon start your college life. What are the tips that you would like to give to the students who are now preparing for MHCT or will be preparing for MHCT this year or next year?
my biggest advice would be that do not compare your personal like study schedule or your routine with anybody else, because that is only going to demotivate you. This is not a race. You should want to learn this rather than just wanting to come out on top. And I think that's the best thing you can do when you're studying for competitive exams like this.
Okay, great. What about you?
I would say do not have GK backlogs because it's going to affect you. And one day before the exam, you cannot cover it any day. So I would say daily, just go for the PDF that IMS gives. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, GK is one thing that,
Yeah,
obviously
and
it's too
cons.
much.
You need to practice cons because if you're bad at maths, then
Yeah,
it's
going
a
to be
scoring subject.
it's a score decider, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are very like mostly law students are bad at maths, so
Yeah,
you can come
that's-
up.
I can tell that's myth is true, I feel. Okay, what about you?
So, my biggest tip would be to become friends with your batchmates. Because for me, my batchmates helped me a lot. So we were all good in different areas. So if I was good in quants, one of my friends was amazing in GK. So you can help each other that way, and then it won't get too competitive. And it also won't get too, you won't take too much pressure because you'll joke around with your friends. So
I think
Stress.
group study was something that helped you. Okay. What about you, Jeet?
Yeah, so for me, I would say don't take your time for granted and don't take like CET for granted because people think it's very easy, ho jayega. But that's not the case because if it's easy for you, it's easy for everyone, right? Your performance is based on your percentile, not your score.
Yeah.
So I would say give your best. Don't think that it's easy because
I think that's one myth everybody has, that CET is easy. But the competition is also higher.
One tip that I would give is to effectively and efficiently manage between the personal life and studies. I found someone who was studying law along with me. So when we would talk about the different subjects, I would find it easier to grasp the concepts.
Okay. I think I want to appreciate everybody. You guys have made it into one of the best colleges in the country. And it's a commendable thing. Congratulations to all of you. It was great having this conversation with you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So thank you for joining on this very candid conversation. I know for sure that you guys must have picked up all these small tips that these students have shared today. Until next time, thank you for watching.